Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Now, some very interesting news is breaking within the gaming world. And Lindsay Lohan, somebody who is not synonymous within the gaming industry, but Lindsay Lohan is to allegedly, and the big word here is allegedly, to sue Rockstar Games for the unlawful usage of her image within the game of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I neither have an affinity towards Rockstar Games, nor do I towards Lindsay Lohan, so I can look at this from an objective point of view, and this is the image in question. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to break this picture down piece by piece and see whether or not Lindsay Lohan does have a case that she can take Rockstar Games to court with. Now, first things first, let's have a look at the eyes of the woman here in the picture, and we can clearly see that they are not in any shape, way or form bloodshot, indicating that this person here is potentially neither drunk nor under the influence of narcotics. Immediately, that sways Lindsay Lohan out of the question. We do know she likes a nice little tipple before getting behind the wheel of a car. Secondly, the arresting officer behind her, Vasquez, let's just be nice and polite and call her by name, is female, and Lindsay Lohan is not attempting in any shape, way or form to cop off with her. Again, damning evidence that the woman in this picture may not be Lindsay Lohan as she alleges. If we then look at the car, we notice that there is no damage to it whatsoever. Admittedly, we can only see a proportion of the bonnet. That's hood if you're American, and we can only see a little fraction of the front windscreen, roof, and of course the front headlights. But all that we can see, there is not a single scratch on this car whatsoever. We are all aware, of course, Lindsay Lohan, when she does get behind the wheel of a car, whether it be under the influence of drugs and narcotics, which she has been arrested for on numerous occasions, does like to drive them into people, or of course into other vehicles. So, once more, damning evidence that this is not actually Lindsay Lohan in this picture whatsoever. Another thing, we have the car, we have the arresting officer, and we have the blonde woman in the picture. What is wrong with that if it was Lindsay Lohan? Well, of course, Lindsay Lohan is in the picture. Again, if you follow her recent activities with the law, she likes to crash cars and run off, of course, fleeing the scene of the crime only to be arrested at a later date. The fact that this woman is here by the vehicle being arrested again points towards the fact that it might not actually be Lindsay Lohan. Now, let's move on to some further damning evidence. If we look at the contents of this woman's purse, it looks like the policewoman has asked her to empty them out on the bonnet, that's hood, again, if you're American, of the car. And she has a hairbrush, she has what seems to be a mobile phone, potentially Apple, but for the sake of fairness, let's say it could also be an Android phone, and some weird looking, looks like roll-on deodorant or something like that. Now, first things first, we do notice the conspicuous absence of any small packets of cocaine. And of course, Lindsay Lohan, although she admits to only taking cocaine approximately 10 to 15 times in her life, I'm not calling her a liar, but she must have some severe bad luck, as she has been arrested twice and charged with being under the influence of cocaine, and also arrested in possession of cocaine a few times. So if she's only done cocaine 10 to 15 times in her life, my goodness, she has awful bad luck when it comes to getting picked up by the police for it. We'll also notice that she's not carrying copious amounts of money with which to pay off officials to stop her from going to prison, or to keep her in prison for only a short amount of time before, of course, being released for overcrowding. My goodness, she must get put in some very, very, very busy prisons in America. And possibly the most damning piece of evidence in this bag, there is no stolen necklaces of any variety. In actual fact, I can't see any stolen jewellery of any variety whatsoever. So if we just look over the evidence, the woman in the picture tends to be both sober and not under the influence of narcotics. She's not trying to snog the policewoman behind her. Neither, of course, has she punched her in the face either. There's no damage on the car, indicating that it's clearly not Lindsay Lohan doing the driving. She hasn't fled the scene of the accident, therefore, again, doesn't appear to be Lindsay Lohan. And of course, there is no drugs, no money to bribe officials, and also no stolen pieces of jewellery whatsoever. Allegedly. Apparently, I've been told to put that in. Allegedly. So, Rockstar, if I were you, and if this news is genuine and Lindsay Lohan is trying to seek damages from you for unlawful use of her imagery, I think you're pretty cool. I think you'll do alright in a court of law. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, please like and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook and twitch.tv/heel versus babyface for live streaming. And I shall be back with more stuff very soon indeed. My goodness, I should have been a detective. My name's Az, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.